The J. Scott Campbell Red Riding Hood has wandered her way into the secret sanctuary. Hey guys, welcome back to the Sanctuary. So I have tried to avoid the J. Scott Campbell Fairytale fantasy line for a couple of years now. I appreciated every release. I really liked The Mermaid, loved Tinkerbell, the two versions of Alice. I mean, some really great pieces, but not really my scale. I don't collect 1/5. I collect mostly superhero stuff, a few Star Trek and Star Wars. So I stayed away. And then this got revealed, maybe a year ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, that one's really cool. But I still didn't order it. And then not too long ago, they revealed the Evil Queen, and I kind of knew I was sunk. The Evil Queen is awesome. And when it went low stock this week on Sideshow's site, I pre-ordered. And then it was only natural to take a look back and see, well, what am I going to pair her with? And coincidentally, she was 20% off as a daily deal on Sideshow's site. So I ordered that one too. And she just arrived yesterday. Let's take a look. All right, the tallest part of the statue is that tree behind her that measures almost 19.5 inches tall. I think it says 19 on Sideshow's site, but I measure it almost 19.5. This has a real flirtatious feel to it, as all of the pieces in the line do. They're not overtly sexual, but they are absolutely flirtatious, kind of in a pinup way, which is what I think J. Scott Campbell is going for. No problem on mine. Some people have reported that theirs arrived with this hair strand broken, but mine seems okay. Definite movement in her skirt, and what the Sideshow site describes as a capelet. Not a cape, but a capelet. But definite movement there, which is nice. It's always nice when you get movement in a piece. I wouldn't have minded if there was a little bit more texture in the snow. It does feel and look a little bit plasticky. I don't expect, $1,000 quality on a $350 statue, but I don't know. I think they could have done a little better job on the base. I love that the Big Bad Wolf's fingerprints are there, and that her basket is carrying arrows rather than baked goods for grandma. The basket, by the way, is quite heavy. I don't really have any fear that this hand with the basket is going to fall off. This seems to be a combination of magnet and friction fit that really makes the arm feel secure when you put it on. But that basket has some pretty good weight to it. She's very pretty, as all of J. Scott Campbell's women are. They did a very good job on the hair. The paint application looks really good. It'd be very easy to get sloppy with that stitching there. And then the trees. I'm not sure if that's a bush or a tree, but I don't think it's any coincidence that there are 5 branches on each of these trees. They are clearly claws coming out of the forest, reaching out to her. I kind of like the storytelling, not just with the trees, but with the fact that she's sort of shrinking back a little bit from whatever's coming up at the next turn. I was a little bit concerned from pictures that I had seen that maybe she's leaning a little bit too much to her left, like she's wary of what's coming up on the path. But now that I have it in hand, I'm okay with it. I think it's fine. It's also kind of interesting that she's leaning away from what's ahead, but she's leaning towards that clawed tree coming right at her. Crossbow looks good. Crossbow's pretty light, especially compared to that basket. Let's look at the back of the statue. That tree in the back is really large. It surprised me when I took it out of the styrofoam. So flirtatious without being overly done. If you hear rain in the background, we're about to experience a tropical storm, the remnants of Hurricane Hillary, in a few hours. I'm really happy with this piece. The one bad thing, it's not a bad thing, it's just I need to find a shelf for my Fairytale Fantasies. I tried to display her between Black Canary and Catwoman, and the size difference was dramatic. It just didn't look right at all. So this scale, this 1/5 scale, is going to need its own spot somewhere in the sanctuary. Boots look good. She's got some high heels going on there in the forest. Probably not advisable, but what are you going to do? My left foot, or her left foot I should say, is not touching the base. It's floating a little bit there. Her right foot has 2 pegs in the heel of the boot and at the front. So I feel like the statue is secure. I think this might settle eventually so that it's flush with the base, but right now it's just a fraction of an inch above the base. This is the exclusive. It's a metal art print of a conceptual drawing that J. Scott Campbell did for the statue. The only difference that I can really see is that in this drawing he gave her fishnet stockings, which she does not have. And also it looks like the laces on her bodice are like the same color, whereas here they are red to match her skirt. I think I like this better. He does eyes really well. I really like the J. Scott Campbell eyes. They're a little bit larger, I think. Overall, it's a really nice piece for the price. All right, let's take a look at the art box. It actually makes, if you didn't notice in the review, a really good background for the statue. So if you've got room for the art box, this side of the box especially, I think, makes a really good backdrop. The side is pretty much the same. The front has an image of that metal art print, the conceptual drawing that J. Scott Campbell did for the statue, where she does have the fishnet stockings. Really nice image. J. Scott Campbell, Fairytale Fantasies, Red Riding Hood from Sideshow. And then on the top, again, Fairytale Fantasies. And on the bottom, I got number 1515 out of 2000. That's the edition size for the exclusive. I think the regular is smaller than that, and the only difference is it doesn't include that metal art print. You still get everything included on the statue. It's a really nice art box. Again, if you have the room, it makes a very good display backdrop. So I do recommend this piece. I think especially these days where prices are getting bananas for statues, it's nice to find something that's relatively affordable. This again is 1/5 scale. The retail price is $350, but it's been going up at 20% off on daily deals quite frequently. I think it did twice in the last week. So that brings it down to $280, which is really a great deal. It's hard to find even a 1/6 piece anymore for that price. So I highly recommend it. Pick it up from Sideshow's site. I will put a link in the description of this video if you want to use that. It does help the channel. But it's a great piece. I think you'd really like it. It is a rabbit hole. I got to tell you, I don't think you can buy one Fairytale Fantasies piece. I'm not sure that's possible. I think there's some like law of physics or something that prevents you from buying only one. So be prepared for that. As for what's coming up next for me, I think Dark Side Captain Kirk. It spent a week as processing on Sideshow's site. It is now on day 3 of preparing to ship. So I'm hoping it ships in the next day or two. So I should have a review for you by midweek. That's it, guys. Hope to see you soon. Hope we do pretty well with this tropical storm coming in the next couple of hours. I'll keep you apprised. If you're not in the Facebook group, a Secret Sanctuary Facebook group, you might want to join that. I'll keep you guys all aware of what's happening with the storm. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Take care.